What scares you the most? Future. Sometimes you just want to get a book with your whole story written. Everyone has moments like that. When you want changes in your life but don't want to sacrifice it all for the unknown. When you are moving to another city or country. When you are changing job, life partner, apartment, studies, career. And of course, everyone is hoping for a happy ending. That's why people like fortune telling, coffee reading, science, those challenges on Instagram where you open a book on a certain page and oh my god, it's all true. True is that no one knows what will happen. No one knows who you are at the end of the way, but eventually you will be there. Sometimes future is extremely scary. Did you make the right choice? Is it the right time to eat? Every time I make life-changing decisions, all I want is to hide under a blanket. That much I'm scared. I wish my future I would come and say, we did it. All turned out just fine. We survived it and we are happy. But it's just me telling it to myself from the past, hoping that it will be the same again. And it always does. Somehow I always end up in a nice cafe with my caramel latte and nice view thinking, I can't believe I did it.
Okay, that is slowly becoming a video of motivational quotes, so I wanted to share one story of mine. Last year I've been in France and I waited for this travel for a long time, and also I did a lot of planning for this. I started to plan everything in advance and in little details before, in I think 2 months. So I bought tickets, flight tickets to Paris and also from Paris to Nice, and bus tickets from Nice to Marseille. Also I booked hostels in every city. Also I planned my way from airport to the cities and back. So on the day I traveled, it was a beautiful morning. I prepared my bags and went to the airport in my city where I lived, in Poznan, and waited for my plane. And 20 minutes before my flight has to be, it was cancelled. So I was in the airport with my bag, watching that my dream trip to Paris was cancelled. So after the plane was cancelled, I went back to my place. I was really frustrated and sad. So I bought another ticket and I went from Warsaw to Paris. But on my way from Poznan to Warsaw, it's around 4 hours or 5. The train broke. So it was really funny for me. So the train broke in the middle of field, there was nothing, and I just stuck there for 1.5 hours, not knowing if I would go to the plane or not. But eventually I did. So finally, after 1.5 days, I traveled to Paris. And I decided that I don't want to follow the plan. If universe want me to be chaotic, okay. So of course I went to Louvre and Versailles because I already paid for that. But apart of that, I just walked in Paris. I just enjoyed the city, enjoyed the weather, enjoyed the food, and it was really perfect. So Paris was great, and it was time to go from Paris to Nice by plane. And I got a message that my plane is cancelled that day. I was frustrated. I didn't know what to do. I stuck in Paris. I planned another things in Nice and Monaco and in Marseille. So I was thinking to buy another tickets. It was really expensive one. So I went to sleep thinking if I need to buy it or not. And then at 4 a.m. I got a message that we are sorry, that message was a mistake. Your plane is not cancelled, it's going right on time at 6 a.m. I'm in Paris at night in my hostel. Everyone else is sleeping. So I went, pack my things in my bag fast, go with my pyjama to the shower rooms. I shower fast, take my stuff from the shower, and just went, rent a taxi, and I was running to airport, really. And I actually was one of 5 passengers in this flight, but I traveled to Nice. I had my really lovely time in Nice. Also, I traveled to Monaco for 1 day. So when I back home from my travel from France to Poland, I was very relaxed. I stopped overthinking. I stopped to care about every little detail.
Sometimes life is doing plots and changes that it feels like the universe is laughing at you. Sometimes after being at the end of these plots, you are gasping. Oh, that is what all of it was for. One thing I realized from my experience and motivational videos from Instagram, the key to navigating the fear of the future is your mindset and the ability to shift it to the positivity and embrace the unknown. If you believe that you will benefit from uncertainty, change and discomfort, then you will. The crazy little thing about life is that you don't need to know it to live it. You don't need to know all the steps before you start taking them. You don't need to know where you're going before you get there. You don't need to know what you are making before you create it. and you don't need to be certain about who and what you are before you meet yourself. And it happens a little bit more every day. Uncertainty is not just okay, it is a reality. You don't have to know everything and know where you're going or how you're going to get there. If you enjoy the scenery, then you're on the right path. We can calculate everything and control every little detail, but life will be the life and will make changes anyway. Happiness is about letting go of what you thought your life was supposed to be and just embracing where you are now and how special it is. Understand that all is happening the way it should be. I don't know who I will be in the future. I just hope I will be a good and happy person, but I will not rush to meet the future me. I'll be here and now, enjoying the scenery and knowing that everything is happening when and how it should be.